That's when the strategy shifts. It becomes much more personal, creating a microclimate, essentially.
And the key piece of tech here is the four-poster bed.
The four-poster bed, a marvel of, well, thermal engineering almost.
So those heavy curtains weren't just for privacy or show.
Not primarily, no. You draw them closed tight. It creates this little enclosed space, trapping your body heat, your breath. It could be 10, maybe 15 degrees warmer inside those curtains than in the room itself.
Wow, a little heat bubble.
Exactly. And they'd supplement it. Warming stones were common.
Hot rocks.
Yeah, smooth river stones or soapstone sometimes. Eat them in the fire, wrap them in cloth, put them at the foot of the bed. Simple, but it works.
And warming pans, too. I've heard of those.
Metal pans, usually brass or copper, with a lid. You'd put hot coals inside carefully and run it over the sheets to take the chill off before getting in.
Seems a bit hazardous, coals in the bed.
It could be,
Yeah.
But, desperate times. And then there's the living heating system.
Living, you mean people?
People, absolutely. Sharing beds was totally normal. Family, trusted servants. Body heat is body heat. And animals.
Animals in the bed.
Large hunting dogs, especially. Maybe even cats. Their body temperature is naturally higher than ours. They were like furry hot water bottles.
That's impractical. And maybe a bit cozy. And I guess things like nightcaps help too. Keep the heat from escaping your head.
Definitely. You lose a lot of heat from your head. So yeah, nightcaps were standard winter wear.
Okay, so we have fire management, insulation, microclimates, even dogs. Were there any more sort of advanced technologies, things built into the castle structure?
Well, you sometimes find remnants of Roman hypocaust systems, underfloor heating, basically, with hot air channels. Very sophisticated, but maybe less common by the High Middle Ages.
Inherited tech.
Right. But a really significant innovation, particularly in Germanic areas, was the Kachelofen, the tile stove.
Ah, the tile stove. How is that different from a big open fireplace?
Efficiency. That was the game changer.
Yeah.
An open fire, most of the heat goes straight up the chimney, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
The Kachelofen, made of ceramic tiles, absorbed the heat from a relatively small fire inside, then radiated out slowly, evenly, over a long time, like 12, maybe 18 hours from one load of wood.
That's incredible. Much less smoky, too, I imagine.
Much less smoky, much more efficient use of fuel, and less labor needed, constantly feeding a massive hearth. A huge leap forward.
And all this effort for warmth. It wasn't just about comfort, was it? It tied into their ideas about health.
Absolutely. Medieval medicine, the theory of the four humors, directly linked warmth and retaining body heat to being healthy, to vitality. Cold was associated with illness.
So infirmaries would have been prioritized for heating.
You often see evidence of that, yes. They'd get the best systems available. And food played a role, too. Think hot soups, stews, mulled wine, or ale. Internal warming, complementing the external heat.
It's really quite fascinating. They were constrained by this massive cold architecture, but they developed this whole suite of responses, architectural, social, technological, even biological with the dogs.
It was an elaborate community-wide effort in thermal management, using everything they had available. They didn't have our terms like material science or passive heating, but that's exactly what they were doing.
Which does make you think, doesn't it?
It does. They achieved a surprising level of comfort using, local renewable resources and sheer ingenuity. It makes you wonder.
What can these centuries-old, low-tech, sustainable approaches teach us today in our world of high-tech gadgets and massive energy consumption about creating resilient and comfortable places to live?
That's the question. Is it something to think about?